Shabby FSO. So yesterday, gold had taken a dramatic turn and flipped the whole market perspective and returned buyers' confidence that they still got all it takes. So now, why am I introducing this trend line? The idea behind introducing this trend line is to keep us informed about what is to come. So we are not taking unaware. So we must be aware of the pending swing in the market and further price expectation of SAU USD as a top tier asset. It remains a safe haven asset, and in terms of geopolitical tension, in terms of financial instability, gold has always been the edge. So it's okay to see that its confidence is restored and people are flocking in. It tells you that the room for upswing of gold is very much in that. So what this means is that we can have a potential swing from the way you see price to return to this level as your next potential sell opportunity above 3,000 mark. So gold is positioning itself to trade above 3,000 mark. This is what it means, and we are not far from that figure. We are not far from this figure. So please, we must keep this in mind. We must keep it in mind because we are not far from this figure. We are not far from it. So any moment from now, we are going to keep that day. So we will keep an eye on that structure. Then the next thing we want to watch is the price action from 2024, where we have a very strong market reaction, and we want to keep that, hoping that price will come back to that area, and we will do the same thing. In this area, we have a very strong price action. We are holding the body of 4 hours candle close. Like you can see, I'm interested in that reaction, break and retest, supply roof, break of the supply roof, price returns here, respect it, break of the demand floor and retest, and price returns here to respect the structure. So that is all I'm interested in at the moment. So let's uh, let's pay attention to what we have here as a supply roof, and we have here another. We have here breaker structure. We retest to a broken demand floor, and price comes again to respect the structure as a supply roof, affirming it as a strong ascending trend line. And I want to change the color to black so that in the future we will know that we have something in that area. So now we have price return here. So let's make a little zoom out of it so that in the future we know that anytime price comes here, we know that the price is approaching a broken supply roof as a demand floor. So let's go back to the chart to see what price has done, and after which we are going to clone our structure to see where next we have the market reaction. Remember, I say gold trading is in zone. Gold trading is in zone. We trade gold in zone. You can see the reaction. If I place it on that week, you see market came here, reacted, and before the break of the supply roof. And after the break of the supply roof, price continued to upswing. On technical, I want a return into that zone. So I want to place my candle at the body of the 4 hours close, which is at this level. I want to place it at this level at the head of the 4 hours close. So whenever price returns at this area, we look out for potential buy opportunity. The reason is because this was once a broken half firm supply roof. It should be a demand floor. It should be a demand floor on technical. So we expect a buy there, and we're going to change the color to green. So the two areas I'm interested in for a buy to correct this heavy rally will be on these two areas. I have confidence in this area. I have very strong confidence in this area that if market wants to correct, if they want to correct, they will technically come to this area for potential correction. And let us also gauge our price action to see what our price action has done, if it represents anything about the cycle of movement and the range and zone of buying and selling. If you bring it to the floor here, it also gives us a very strong price action to tell us that this structure is valid. So you can see it. So let's make a zone. Let's make a zone for the floor because now we have a valid trend angle. So we will continue to hold that trend angle responsible for everything that happens here. Now we have our ultimate roof. Now you can see how price has smashed that roof. After smashing that roof, now we are now facing immediate resistance. Now what happens is a broken supply roof is now a demand floor. Most likely we will watch how the candle for the day closes. If we close below this line, it means that the buying has stopped. It's a litmus test. This is our new litmus test. It's going to be our new litmus test because this is the roof. We have a valid trend angle. Our valid trend angle, we have gauged it to see the price action, and the price action is correct. From the floor, we have a demand floor, and another demand floor which have set price up. And when price return here, we have another respected price action, another respected price action, and another respected price action entirely. So this affirms the trend angle, that the trend angle is valid. So for everywhere we place it on a resistance structure, if that resistance structure is broken, it should be a demand floor. So now you see price have broken the top layer resistance structure, the top layer supply rate. On technical, you see buying has been battling between 2906, 290, 2911, 2906, 2911. What will happen is that we want a clear breakout. We are looking for a clear break and close of 4 hours. If buyers decide that they cannot continue, they cannot buy anymore, they need to break below. They need to break below this blue ascending trend line. If they do that, then I know that the market is technically setting up for correction. So what I want them to do, I know they will definitely bow. If they do that, then they will come back again. And after a while, they will technically break the structure and return here. This is where I want them to be. This is where I want to see them. I want to see them here at 28844. That's where I want them to be, based on the structure of the market, based on the zone of the market. Market, I said before, good buying happens in zone, good selling happens in zone. When market moves and enter into a buy zone, the first thing you begin to look at is what is the roof of that zone, what is the floor of that zone. The same thing when it enters into selling, you look into the zone. What is the selling zone? The roof, what is the floor? You must know the roof and the floor at any time. Because every time price touches the floor, it always want to update the roof. Always. Always want to do that. So let's see, you see what the price is doing. Play between 2906, 2911, return. I doubt if they have the liquidity. But let's not talk about those who have money to spend. Let's go about and see how we can manage ourselves and see what we can make out of our life. Then we come back to 4 hours ascending trend line. I want to focus on the most current price action for my trend line because the market has moved in a very cunning way. In a very, very cunning way, the market has moved. So we just focus on, let's just focus on the 4 hours ascending trend line structure. Let's focus on only 4 hours. We need only 2 points. Just 2 points is what we need for our trend line. Don't need more than 2 points. Once I get 2 points, I'm done. The idea is to see using those 2 points to predict the current price movement and potentially knowing when price will update the roof. When they are updating their roof, so we look at the next available swing and the next break of structure, and we are going to place our ascending trend line here to represent our roof. And we go back to our chart. And you call this manipulation? It's not manipulation. It's most likely they will return back to the floor of the bullish ascending channel. A return into this floor will signify 2,887, most likely. So this will now be a classic impulse correction. So this will now be impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse correction. It might continue because the market is already showing a bullish sign. Maybe, who knows, they might take themselves to above 3,000 mark. It's going to take a whole lot of time. That's over 1,000 feet push. So that would be too fast at the moment to just point finger to an extreme buy pressure. The one thing we must know is that the blue ascending trend line is an immediate demand floor, a previous supply roof, and the price return there at 2,906 and they have moved up 60 p and they are struggling to retain that level. So we want to see a sustained above that level. But whatever they do at that level, I want to assure you that the market has already scripted a bullish ascending channel for itself, indicating that the next push into the market might be in the zone of 2,950 and they will ultimately drop. So if we have another push up, if we have another push from this level, which I believe is likely, they will just come to update 2,947 into 2,950, and at this moment they might return back to the bullish ascending channel to respect this floor. And what floor is that? 2,885. There is a potential area where we wait for price. And then in a more aggressive take profit, I see that buyers might just give up. If they give up at this level, price will come to this level, 2,839. It makes a whole lot of sense to wait for buy at this level. This area set your very strong. This area has a very strong price action. You can see the price action in that area. But however, whatever that happens and buying potential first to hold, if they leave there and enter this zone is a zone of massive sell. You see, the greatest sell you are going to have in this gold rally is going to be a break above this structure. So whatever they are doing, they should just remain here. If they break and return below this black ascending trend line, it's going to give you a whole massive sell structure like this. Look at the sell structure at this level. That is what you will have. So this is a very big selling zone, a big selling zone. So if they return and come here, this is what they will do. So it is better the way they are trading above, and it feels good that they're updating 2,906 and they are respecting the structure. I'm glad that the structure of the market is respected, so I'm not wasting my time. So it feels good to see it respected. Like I was saying it, I knew it that they will respect that structure. Now, what we need to watch is when they will disrespect that structure, because my 4 hours route happens to be the most valid structure right now I can see in the market. We have here price updating here as a demand floor. We have a price updating here again, another demand floor. We have here another demand floor and a break of structure, bringing price to a supply roof. And I expect in the future for price to return here above 3,000 mark for the value of SAU USD, and we have cleaned our structure to see the validity of the structure. The validity of the structure is clean. So what we see here is buyers trying to fight back, but we know they will give up. Sellers will definitely win this war, and when they win the war, it will be like a falling line. I am very hopeful that they will lose this one. If they lose this one, we want them to come to this zone. They break below this structure will be a complete sell down. So you see, the market is building by liquidity. That is what market is doing. After building by liquidity, it's going to take all the money away. It will take all the money away. Now we are seeing a London session. London is buying. London market is one of the biggest gold markets in the world, and this is London time, and they open. So it makes sense to see that they want to buy back. If they want to buy back, I think New York session might want to sell. I am very hopeful that if London buys gold back, New York is going to sell it. I doubt if New York want to buy gold again. So if London is buying, I believe that New York session is going to sell, because at that level, market will dip into 2,947 into 2,950, which present an immediate 4 hours resistance. And on that level, I see a potential rejection in price. So if New Yorkers reject the price, on technical you have no choice. Just on technical, you have no choice. You can see the structure on a clearer zoom. You see all the grammar we have been speaking. You see a break of structure at this level, price came here. It tests affirming here as a strong demand floor. And another demand floor I see again is after the break of another top layer, you see price and return here, create a supply roof, create a supply roof, create a supply roof, break of a supply roof, price should return here on demand. And at the moment you can see that buying has already, they are trying their best, but I doubt if there is much buyers can do. Sellers are already showing aggression by breaking the, you can see the move of a 4 hours candle. If that demand floor is broken, if that demand floor is broken, technically price will reset and come down to 2,891. where it might coincide with the ascending trend line. And if price returns at that level, we may want to leverage on the strength of the trend to see if we can buy back. This is what I see based on our strategy and look at the structure. So if price returns at this level, this might technically be your buy zone. And if they break out from that structure, that will still be fine. But I pray for them that they should come to area of massive sell. If they return to area of massive sell, that will be a tremendous RIP for the price of gold. So this is what we see on technical, and gold has really moved in a way that proves its worth at a store of value. It's undefeated. Nothing can defeat it. Every other thing you see are intangible. Only gold is tangible. The rest are intangible. The rest are all grammar. So you talk of Bitcoin, talk of Ethereum. Can you see Ethereum? Can you see Bitcoin? You cannot see them, but you can have a bar of gold. You can save it for your children. You can save it for next generation to come. You can have a gold vault as a backup in terms of geopolitical tension. You can't carry money around, but you can transport your good. So this is why we talk of gold, we talk of gold, we talk of gold, we talk of gold all the time, because we know the value of gold. The value of gold is undefeated, cannot be defeated. Go and ask our late grandfathers, read about our ancestors, read about the medieval times. Mansa Musa, one of the richest guys in gold value. So this is what we see, and we will continue to talk about gold. We are not going to stop until we get the whole thing about the mystery surrounding gold market perfectly and correctly. This is just for educational purpose. It's bound to have a couple of errors. It's not 100% correct, but it's most likely approaching the market in a very strong and realistic way where we will stay win back to back 100%. Shall we first hope we never reach you for finance or for account management. I don't talk to you and don't talk to me. So we don't. We are not into relationship with soliciting of form. We don't. We are just here just to show you how we trade and to master our strategy. So why we are doing this for free is for the purpose of mastery. The more you practice, the more you learn. So it's not intended to ask you to pay anything. I will never do that. And I don't have time for that nonsense. Every trade you see here is effortlessly dedicated towards learning and preparing for the future. So technically, there is nothing you can offer me. And technically, the way we technically trade, there is nothing we cannot reach out to you because all we are showing you is this is how we trade. Do you like how we trade? If you like how we trade, give us a thumbs up. If you like how we trade, okay, borrow some of the good things we are doing, add it to what you are doing. Travel FS we do not use indicator. I do not use indicator because of my lifestyle. I don't like to follow crowd. We don't want to do what others are doing. But every time you see trader, you see series of line. I don't want it because I see it, it doesn't work. So this is why we stick to the structure of the market and fundamental analysis. So we have a couple of fundamentals surrounding gold, and lately there has been scarcity going on in the gold market, and that has technically been pushing price up. Gold is going to 3,000 mark, but it needs to correct at the moment. The correction I'm looking for gold, I want him to correct in this level. Let him return back to this level. Let him cool down for us. If he can cool down for us, that will give a lot of people who will wake up from sleep late to get back into the market. We want him to return to this level. We are begging him. I don't know if it's possible, but if he returns here, it means that he wants to pick some people who had about gold, but they didn't enter because the price was too high. So if he mistakenly returns here, that would be a good time for you to think whether you enter or not. So this is a very decent level for him to return. If he returns at that level, it will be like this structure, like the way it has made this structure like this. Then if he returns here, then we have that here. Then we can now move on from there. If he returns here, that will be a significant mercy. That will be a significant show of love, so that we lose the opportunity we get now. But if that doesn't happen, it technically can break this structure. So we need to sell that. And if that's happening, we are not back up. We also have a structure that also addresses that change. We have a structure at this level, and I will tell you this will potentially go right in the future. So if they fail to uphold their ID, let's say they fail to uphold their value